set to go here at Football Park. Perfect conditions for this match between Central District and North Adelaide. What an important game this is. North Adelaide's form outstanding, winning their last 6. Here's Peter Green, who's playing in the middle at the moment. He might even be ruck roving. Chance now for McGowan. Slips the hand pass to Stevens, who's had a pretty good year. 75 metres from goal. Chip pass is very good. And Cotter's got the footy now for Central District. Jared Cotton, I should say. And the safe mark taken by Saunders in defence for North Adelaide.
Rocket Saunders, played a bit of state football, had a year off, and is back as a good player. Big catch, big catch. Boom! That's his nickname. Rosen Boom. And we'll see more of him today. Play on, it's the advantage. Girdham, the VC, steps it up over half forward. North Adelaide in the road, and that looks like Bamford. Number 7 for North Adelaide, in fact, is Brendan Parker. Out towards the far wing, in the way, unmistakably Stevens. Off he goes on that left boot. Only a right footer puts it up for Coffey. Have a look at that, and he can do it, can't he, Michael, whenever he wants to.
Shows a bit of talent, Neville. Have a look at this. Stevens in the thick of things early.
Kick 44 for the year, fellas. Coffey, 5 last week.
And there he is. He's got trouble with his boots. Well, you wouldn't read about it, would you? Early in the game, boot trouble. And there's the Sharon, beautifully sitting alongside. What a photo. Nice work by our cameraman. We've captured all this for you. Can't believe this. Just come out of the bloody, he just come out of the race. 0-0, Central versus North. 5 seconds on the ground. In he comes. First blood, Coffey. The Dogs are away. 1 goal, 6 points.
Well, Grant Coffey, we said 44th of the season. And when you're in front, when you're as big as he is, there it is Stevens. He had about 3 touches in the first 4 minutes. Beautiful drive from the wingman. And in front, that's where you got to be for a full forward. Against Saunders, though. Pretty small there. Not a good height match. Anyway, back at the centre.
7-2 against West Adelaide Coffey. 7-4 against Sturton. 6-4 against South. 1 goal, Central District. First blood, as mentioned. Healy gets a good kick to right half forward. No, left half forward. Past Ingerson. Picked up now by Healy again. 65 metres out. Coffey the target. He's caught at the back. And Saunders takes a good relieving mark in front.
Plays on quickly. That's Viney enjoying his new club. Beautifully done. With it now, Sanford goes wide. He's got Sanders. Off the wing he goes. Tries to centre it a little bit. Underneath it is Reimers, and he's taken a beauty. Important player. Gets back deep to defend and helps out his defenders. Tried to cross the line to Ingerson, but there's 25 on the Dogs. So they move just behind centre. 1 goal, 3 minutes in, first quarter, round 12. The Dogs and the Roosters here at Football Park. Underneath it, again, the big man, Sanford. Viney's there with him. We'll have a ball up just to the north of the wing in favour of North Adelaide.
There's the bounce. Piker in there. Cotton started well. Beautiful. Shepherd. Handballs in heaps of trouble was Cotter. He's followed up beautifully. Back to McGowan over the top. They've run well. Cook. He's elusive. Schwert doesn't handle it. Beauty. Stevens it was. And Noonan's got control of that. Good work by North Adelaide. Got no one to kick it to. Brings it to the grandstand side. And the ball bounces. Kept in play. Gerke. Tackled beautifully by Harada and over the line.
A little bit of motion in that tackle.
And when you look at their half back line, the Roosters, you've got Perkins, Viney and Sanford. Been a pretty strong line for them, Neville, and also up against Schwert, Lewis and Cotton. So not a bad matchup there.
4 minutes in, first quarter.
Yes, and as we mentioned, North Adelaide in superb form. Central have won 3 out of 4. Here's a chance now for Phillips, the Magarey medalist. Gets it away to one of those players the fellas were talking about, and that's Viney. Good one inside 50. What a great mark on the chest taken by Wakeland. storming up the ground, showed a lot of courage, and then gets it out very wide to Casserly. Casserly goes even wider to the wing, and Peter Green takes a fine mark on the outer side of Football Park. Bathed in sunshine. Peter Green gets on with it quickly, transfers play about 35 metres down ground. Cotton tried to go with it unsuccessfully. He's in there again, number 32. That's Craig Cotter. And eventually the ball goes out of bounds. I knew I'd have trouble with Cotter, Potter and Cotton.
The 3 C's.
All born in the same hospital, you wouldn't believe it.
1 goal, the Dogs. North Adelaide yet to score. Sanders, Girdham, leaves it behind Cook. But he's held and will get the free kick. Played it pretty intelligently, got rid of it like a hot cake. And the offending player just held on. He's at centre wing, sends it up towards half forward. Big jump from behind Saunders, but it's a lovely catch in front. And it's the big man Glenn Sanford. So he's had quite a few touches early. Looks to the right. See those eyes wander. Wants a runner down grandstand wing. Has to go straight down the line. Gerke up the field against Hereda. And he'll have his job cut out, and hard work on a Raider today. That is Gerke. That was Girdham. And beautifully done, Bamford. Nothing of him, is there? Have a look at him. He's a good meal, doesn't he? Reminds me of Michael when he was a bit younger. Just stacking it on, by the way, Mick. Up towards half forward. Ingerson, retirement suture.
Ingerson onto McGowan. He's come back to a bit of form of late. Goes in the middle of the ground. Sanford, beautifully read. North players looking for Atkinson. Wakeland's chipped in, well done. Now he's clear. Cotton's got the lead. Not quite, can't take it. Well done, Phillips. He's got grabbed high. Sanford's got no one to kick it to. And legged at the last minute by Potter.
There it is. And lucky he didn't do himself an injury there. Sanford be best man on ground at the moment. Early days though, only 7 minutes first quarter. Round 12, the Dogs in North Adelaide.
1 goal Central, North Adelaide yet to score. And only early stages of the first term.
Big ask, Neville Gerke at centre-half forward. Has for the Roosters.
Big ask. I don't think he's got the height for it, but as long as he's competitive and brings it to ground, lovely catch. Boom!
Big Rosenboom. Yes, Gerke's played it or up for the last couple of weeks. There's Rosenboom's kick. It is a beauty. The big pack develops. At the back is McCarthy off the ground. Intelligent start. Good goal, Modra style. And the big man scores North Adelaide's first. It's 1 goal North Adelaide. Central a 1 goal. We've played almost 8 minutes of the first quarter.
And the big Boone, he's had some good form of late. Have a look at this. Pack of players. Ingerson from the back nearly grabbed it. Spills right over the top. Lucky goal, but they all count.
Lucky?
Lucky.
So the Dogs and the Roosters, they're tied away at Football Park. The action on ABC. Big jump, Ingerson, he follows it through. Let's Green hand it to Cook. They're out of the centre, the Dogs. Coffey, up he goes. Beautifully spoiled. Lovely hands, Viney gets it to Sanford. By golly, he's playing well.
Good line that, isn't it?
And it is. Noonan goes quickly over half forward. Oh, tidy play, just very tidy. That's Parker. Parker at 50. So I wouldn't back him from here. He's got a little breeze behind him. And in for his second touch only, I think. As the crowd synchronise their call. All 50 of them. We're at 50. Wouldn't back him. He should have been in quicker than this. The Dogs have crowded the forward line. Who are the jumpers? Ingerson's there, and he'll spoil it. But just on that, the crowd is disappointing. And I don't think you can say anything but that. Too much silver on the far side of the ground. 1 goal, 1 plays 1 goal.
Wakeland brings it in. Looking for Castley. Ingerson chips in. He's also started well. Chip short. Beautiful grab. And that's man again, Bamford. Let's have a look at this. In front. There's not a lot of him. Drink of water. Piker.
drink of water. Where'd you get that one from?
I'm still trying to sort out Cotter and Cotton.
Like the ball goes to ground. Schwert, Stevens, two of the main players for the Dogs. It's going to be a ball up. Squire was in there. And this will be a good game. Second playing fourth. And the Roosters 6 wins on the trot.
Do you see this
in good form?
Do you see this a tougher test than for North than they had last Friday night, Michael, against Port?
Not at all. Last week was their big test. They came through with flying colours. To get up by 2 points on an informed Magpies is a fantastic effort. Who's this, Mark?
I reckon that might be Cotton.
Cotton. Lewis picked it up beautifully. McGowan chips in. He's a good link man. Just chips it short. And number 32.
That's
Cotter.
Yep, got him.
Sanders round the body. Saunders and Sanders. That is a strong mark. Mancini made him
Yes,
work
well,
for
have
that.
a look at this. Just cop this. I'm not happy with you taking that. And he made him earn it.
Yeah, good kick too, up toward the right half. Well, there's number 44 flying into the air, which is Cotton. Stevens, not hard to pick up. Cotton again, chance now for McGowan. About 85 metres out, 2 kicks from goal. And Bamford now loops a hand pass over to Saunders, who tracks across half-back, kicks towards centre half-back. They've got a chance to clear here now as Nigel Allen. Well, that might have been Sanford, I think. Sanford kicks long up towards centre half-forward. Here's Schwert, one of the fittest players in the local competition. Former Crow into the middle of the ground. Lewis, who can be a key player for Central. Healy likewise, and Girdham. Girdham now kicks out very wide to Peter Green territory. Couldn't take the mark, but not a lot of pressure on him. An attacking hand pass. Big chance now for Cotter, and Cotter slams it through from behind.
Every opportunity there, and made an absolute mess of it. Was well worked up by the Dogs, and again scores locked away.
Rocket, Saunders to bring her back in. And that back line, as we mentioned, the half-back line, look at their back line also in Saunders, Phillips and Collins. Collins, a youngster, but the other two will learn a lot from back there. I think that was Big Boom again. No, it wasn't. Nigel Allen can't pick it up. Noonan in there again. Oh, in the back, yes it was. That'll be Healy to take the kick. We've got Ingerson going wide. Direct there. Lewis on the lead. Punched beautifully from behind by Sanders. And the umpire said just a little bit too high. Number 32.
Yes, close to the boundary line, and
Gee, it's pretty ordinary that.
Well,
isn't
it was also Phillips kicked it out on the full actually, and that's why he was awarded a free kick. Big jump from behind, loose ball. That's Viney.
Yes, and once again they're out of trouble here. This is Sheep Sanders with a high kick. Travelled about 25 metres. Ingerson completely misread it. Knocked on cleverly there by Girdham. Ricochets to the side. Phillips overran it. Stevens now, half a chance for them. Girdham in the back. Umpire said no way in the world. Hand pass now to Bamford territory. He's about to stream through the centre. Look at the pace of the man. Kicks a beauty too. Oh, what a wonderful kick that was on the run. And this man Parker, former Carlton player, has got it inside 50.
And that was a beautiful kick. And Bamford doing great work across the centre, and his pace is certainly telling for the Roosters through the middle. And Parker's got the opportunity to kick the Roosters second.
Formerly from Carlton, kicked 27 for the year, 3-1 last week, and he'll kick from about 45, you would think. Perfect conditions. He's got the breeze at his back, might be worth a goal or two. Kick on its way, it looks to be okay off the boot, although the umpire's moving a long way to his left, and he indicates it's a behind. What's that? Central are 1-1, North are 1-2, so 1 point the difference, North lead.
So the Dogs have only lost a couple for the year. That was against Norwood in round 10 and Port in round 5. Well, recently North Adelaide has just been mentioned, 6 on the trot. 4th position, 6-4, and aren't they the form side of the competition? They beat the former premiers last week in a night game. Sanders over half forward, and Reimers doing what he does so well at the backdrop.
And just on that, Neville, good for the comp, isn't it? I know the Eagles are struggling, but it is good to see other teams in the 5 and even looking to perhaps get to the top.
Well, that's right, and a slow start, and it's hard to explain why. The Roosters, few injuries and so on, but they're certainly clicking now, and what they've got running is very, very exciting indeed. Over half forward for the Roosters, a chance, or for Central, I should say. Saunders, nowhere to go. Good work, Green. Beautifully done to Coffey. That came up from Cotton, and an opportunity for Sanders. No, Rosenboom goes wide. And finally Bamford. I'll pick up who he got that from, but he did very well. That was Sanford, big Sanford playing well, that he got it on to Bamford. And Bamford-Sanford, it's not a bad combination, and both of them playing well. What about that turn of pace through the centre of Bamford? It was just absolutely sensational, wasn't it?
They've got some pace. Noonan, Atkinson, Bamford, got plenty of pace. Throw in. Roosters in attack on their half-forward line. There's plenty of players around the pill at the moment. Umpire calls for a bounce. And at the moment, when you look at the North Adelaide attack, Parker is their best goal scorer for the season with 27. Ingerson, beautiful tap straight to Pike. He goes round the body. Reimers is underneath that. It's a beautiful chest mark, just bumps off Mancini, plays on. Now McGowan is all by himself. He'll go over the top to Stevens. Not a good handball, he's got a bounce, he meets it, can't glove it. That's what you do, beautifully done, Stevens. Wakelin will pick it up. Arata back to Wakelin, on his left though, and straight down. Rosenboom's can't grab it. Tim Cook's in there, followed up. It's messy, it's scrappy at the moment. No one get a clean glove of the ball.
Wasn't it interesting, it's half back there where the Dogs had Stevens and so on all loose. But sometimes, you know, the loose player ahead here isn't the player you should try and get it to. He was out of range for a handball, and he had a player in front of him who could get a kick to him. He's better off just then to make his other play, just ignore him. But the temptation so often for players is to go to the obvious, and maybe that's not just where you should go.
Almost 17 minutes gone. Lewis trying to gain possession. He's got a chance again now if it sits okay for him. Viney is harassing him though. Coffey now runs over the line and escorts the footy over.
Perfect example there, Mark. Lewis didn't keep his feet, just goes to ground, not much use on the deck, and really could have just picked it up, got a handball clear, and would have been to more advantage.
North Adelaide lead by 1 point. Once again a scramble, and there'll be a ball up at right half forward.
Need a change, Mark.
Yeah, Peter Bennett coming on, and who's that? Parker gone off, has he?
That's the former Carlton player.
Bit of a surprise. So Bennett now onto the field. And
veteran.
Yep, Parker off, having a rest, or maybe being spoken to. He may even have a slight injury. And Peter Bennett, an indifferent couple of years with injuries, had some terrible injuries actually.
Sometimes coaches, it's just part of a strategy too, to interchange. Just Reimers is doing pretty well back there, and just to get a bit of height back to match him, maybe, Mark, maybe the reason rather than anything Parker's done wrong.
Stevens to Cotton. Now Cotton's, 60 metres out. Coffey's calling for it in the goal square. He's a left footer, very unusual kicker of the ball. Good distance though, up they go. No mark at the back. Opportunity now for Viney, intelligently off the ground, and the throw-in to take place at right half back.
I was just going to say about Coffey and his jumping. When I've seen him play well, he has been on a lead in front, making the play. Jumping from behind, it's a real trap that forwards can fall into.
McGowan, good hands. Healy, beautiful skills there. Cotter. Oh, he's hit the post.
He was never going to miss it either, was he?
Well, it came off the boot, was that
unlucky?
Well, what was it unlucky?
Well, you said the goal down the other end was lucky. I suppose hitting the post is unlucky.
No, I mean unlucky because lucky. What I'm saying. Give me a break. Listen, I'll tell you what I'm saying is that it was a lucky goal because it came over the back. All I had to do was punch forward. And keep your mind on the game, will you?
That's good.
Swear.
Oh, yeah.
McGowan.
How lucky was McGowan to
Look
get
at that kick to Green. Oh, Perkins just a little bit too high.
Good take.
Coming from Michael. You're kidding, aren't you? Here's Green's kick, 35 metres out, and he has got it. Good goal to Peter Green, another one to Central District. They move along now to 2-2. North Adelaide are 1-2, and I think the fellas have regained composure.
Let's have a look at Peter Green. A skipper in there again. The two players McGowan and Girdham. Look at that kick. Looks an awfully lot like Osborne, doesn't he? And look at the mouth guard there, the doggy mouth guard. Not a bad player, Green. It's like a chipmunk. That's a fair call. They've bounced out. Big Rosenboom in there again. Ingerson. Oh, Schwert looked like in the back. No, it wasn't. McGowan. Potter. Good work onto Schwert. Beautifully smothered. Rosenboom doing some fantastic work. Umpire calls for a bounce. And for a big fella, work on the ground is what it's all about. Okay, Atkinson. Oh, Ingerson, beautiful tap. He's given the Dogs first use of the ball at the moment. Piker, good work in there. Sanders straight to Atkinson. He's on the left. Looking for Parker. McCarthy it is. Oh, that's hanging on. Gerke. Back to Atkinson. Shocking kick.
He's been quiet, hasn't he, Atkinson?
Ingerson. Casserly. It's tough out there. Over the boundary line. They're keeping it in play. Now North have got something. Sanders on the left. High kick, beautiful punched. Casserly. The tackling's ferocious. Onto Wakeland. Wakeland gets across to Schwert.
Playing a very attacking defensive role, isn't he, Wakeland? Here's Stevens now from half back, beyond the wing toward left half forward. Chance now for Sanford. No, left it for Perkins in the end. Good harassing by Roger Girdham. Good player too, isn't he? Over to Reimers now. Reimers 85 out. Coffey the target. But, well, he's been manhandled. Umpire said nothing illegal about it. In fact, it goes North Adelaide's way. The advantage played. And Sanders now with the footy. So they transfer play very quickly. Ingerson misses one he shouldn't have. McCarthy knocks it forward with the boot. Chance for Casserly. Well done, though, by Mancini. Just kept it in the area, Neville.
Yes, he's good at it. He's a pretty tough player, Mancini. He's got the Rovers and will do a pretty good job on them. So across, it's been called play on, so he's allowed to do that. And uses the left. He's kicked it straight to Bennett. You wouldn't read about it, would you?
That is fantastic work by Bennett. He actually sat there, didn't commit himself, waited for his teammate to run him down, and the central player picked the wrong option.
Fellas did... Oh, go on, Michael, sorry.
Bennett. And he's offline.
I was just going to say, did Gerke start, or did he start on... He did start.
Yeah, Gerke started at centre-half forward on Harada.
He hasn't had a touch, has he?
Well, no, he hasn't. He has done a lot of good things, though. He has brought the ball to ground. He's competed well, but he hasn't, he hasn't really got his hands on it, handball and kick and so on. But a bit like Smith so often for Port Adelaide, where there's sort of an unobvious contribution.
Stevens, Schwert, across this grandstand side. He'll go short to Lewis, and he does that well. Back to Schwert. Coffey in front. That's a beautiful kick. Umpire, he's getting manhandled, but the umpire's letting it go. Schwert in there again doing the hard work. Can't glove it. Noonan. Sanders. Piker. Ooh, beautiful weapon shoulder by Potter. Sanders again, they're just not gloving it. Bamford, he'll use his pace. He'll have a shot from 50. And beautiful kick. Well done, North Adelaide.
Just a beautiful piece of work, Bamford. In this piece of film, have a look at Bamford just put the foot down. It's just a bit, have a look at this. And his sights, well, go. And we haven't got a wide shot of that, but it was just so quick. And what an attribute. You wouldn't want to carry more weight if you could run like that, would you?
Not a bad kick for
beautiful kick. He kicked it on 50. So his first goal.
Yeah, that was well picked. Just a bit like the Roadrunner, wasn't he? He sort of was going half pace, and he accelerated really quickly. 2-3 to 2 goals 2. And, well, it's been a good game of footy so far. Piker caught with the footy. Stevens did well. Harassment there on Allen by McGowan. The ball now floats to the side, and they jump on it. And there'll be another ball up. 2-3, 2-2. We've played 24 minutes. We're a minute away from the time on. There's Noonan. Haven't seen a great deal of him. Bounce on the far side. That's on the eastern side of Footy Park. Stevens waiting at the back. And then slams it toward Lewis territory. Just under a bit of pressure there from Sanford. Who's this? 23, McGowan in trouble. Chance now for Piker, away from half-back. Now bangs it down towards Squire territory. Squire, well, was he pushed in the back? Umpire says no. He indicates to the boundary umpire, throw it back in.
Let's have a look at this. May have been a bit high. Well, you've got to play that. He's all over the back of him. Actually fell on him. That is a free kick.
Thanks, Michael. We're into time on. It's a point in favour of the Dogs. You're on ABC Sport. Round 12 here at Footy Park. Free kick, and the Roosters have got it. Mancini. He's right up the ground too. Or Rosenboom committed himself. So did the Dog player. Didn't quite see who it was on that occasion. Cotton, Stevens, and through the centre of the ground. This is Potter. Stevens again caught, beautifully tackled. Bamford slick. Sanders wide. Viney, and well done. Phillips short. Mancini. They got Bennett. Him or the goal square? To no one really. McCarthy led. The kick was poor. She would have gone. I'd have gone Bennett every time. You haven't got the benefit of seeing where he was from here. It was an obvious move.
I tend to disagree with you, Neville. I think he saw McCarthy. He started to lead McCarthy, then stopped, and the ball fell short.
I think that's what happened.
That's what happened.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Good to see Viney with a new lease of life too, isn't it? It's amazing what a difference a new club can make.
Oh well, Prospect's a nice area. He enjoys it. He's getting more of a run there, I think. He spent a lot of time on the bench at Unley.
Yeah, as captain. 2-3-2-2. Well and truly into time on, about 3 minutes or so. There's Potter.
Get a fair go at Unley?
I don't think he did. I think that was one of the big beefs, really.
Trouble with the coach?
Brooks had a bit of trouble at Unley, and he's in the reserves now at Glenelg, but he might be trying to run himself into form. But anyway.
Oh, Brooksy, you find it a bit hard having a slow start to the season. And
yeah, very much so. Okay, here's Atkinson, who's already been mentioned, perhaps a slow start to this game. He tore Glenelg apart about 3 weeks ago in about 10 minutes of footy in the last quarter. Glenelg got their troubles too.
9 goals they kicked, I think. You saw that one.
Fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah, he kicked 3 of them.
Now he's got a free kick here, Atkinson, and he's tucked away. Can he kick it, Michael?
Oh, he'll kick this.
Check side, check side, I reckon.
Okay, here he goes. And this would be an important one close to the... oh, that's a wonderful kick. A beauty. A beauty. Straight through the middle from an impossible angle. Neville Robbins.
Oh, well, we picked it, didn't we? We picked it. He's a dimension above most players, Brodie Atkinson, and love to watch him play. Be a Magarey medal chance even this early. Well, round 12's not that early, too high. So he goes back on the angle. He uses the breeze and the famous check side for a goal. Fantastic effort.
Roosters by 7 points. 27 minutes in, nearly 28 minutes. Ingerson getting his arm to the ball. Beautifully done. Now they've got it out of the centre quite a bit, Centrals, but they fall down across half forward. And Cotton in there again. They can't do anything across there. Lewis, Cotton, Cook and Green, they're just not gloving it. Viney, Perkins, Phillips. Plenty of games there. Not a good bounce. Viney onto Piker. Sanders, let's get it quick. And Stevens in there. Ooh, on the back. Nope.
Stacks on the mill. Old commentator's phrase there, Mark. Stacks on the mill.
I try and avoid cliches like the plague, Neville.
2-2-14. The Roosters are 3-3-21.
Close to quarter time. Big Brian Hereda slips it across to a Crow, and that was Ingerson.
Beautiful smother. That makes the difference, actually.
Well, set you up a few times over the years. Those smothers, the hard work downfield, gave you bloody plenty.
That was good.
There we are, quarter time. 2-2-14. Central District, they lead North Adelaide 3-3-21. A 7-point margin to North. All the actions exclusive to ABC Sport. Second quarter, Football Park, round 12. North Adelaide are 3-3. They lead the Dogs by 7 points. They're 2-2. North Adelaide chasing 7 on the trot. And the Dogs only lost the 2. Norwood and Port, and they sit in second spot. North Adelaide are in 4th and pretty keen to move up the ladder. Just wonder what the conversation between Michael Noonan and Daryl Hart might have been, and but whatever it was, he's obviously made some contribution.
Without a doubt, played a lot of footy together. Daryl being skipper, for 3 years, while Mick Noonan was there. And we know what Mick Noonan's knowledge of football's like.
Yes, there's no doubt about that. He's proved that. Premierships with North Adelaide, and he played in quite a few with Sturt as well. But he might have been played in Norwood 78.
Certainly did.
From half-back, Casserly just picks off beautifully. He's got Wakeland, the runner. Off he goes, has a look up, lifts the eyes and puts it towards half-forward. Oh, beautifully done in front. And that is number 32, Craig Cotter. He has 1 point up already. Coffey's his target. The big fella's up and down, and he's got the footy as well.
Well, he's going to get it every time, as we saw in the first contest of the day.
We might remember I said earlier, he's now leading, but just jumping from behind Michael.
And he's in front.
Well, there you are.
Certainly going to pay when you're playing against Rodney Saunders, which is what, a good 6-8 inches shorter. And
from 50-odd metres, beautiful kick. Can't he do it? Nice look, that sunglasses with the umpire down there too. Didn't notice that earlier. Central now 3-2-20. They trail the Dogs 3-3-21.
2 minutes into this second term. Have a look at that. Beautiful grab. Saunders didn't even get off the ground. So the Roosters draw first blood in this second term. And look at that. The shades on the umpires. Something special about that. 21 plays 20. North Adelaide lead by just 1 point. Here's Allen out of the centre, gains good distance. Schwert kept his eye on the footy, then runs across half-back. Mancini had him, then lost him, and that's a good kick out very wide, looking for McGowan. Couldn't find him. Atkinson had a slow first quarter, would need to lift. Squire and Bamford, and also Healy over there in the right forward pocket. Mancini, what can he do? Can he manufacture something? Gets the hand pass moving over the top to Noonan. In trouble. Cook's got him. And the ball now to be thrown in right forward pocket. It's 3-3 to 3-2, North Adelaide lead.
Yes, Cook with the tackle. Tim Cook, he's been pretty busy. Not a bad performance early. A chance now around the corner, and that was Phillips, or in fact, that was Allen, number 37. Sanford or McCarthy goes to ground. Wakeland's caught, held, and free kick. So from deep in defence, Wakeland. Kick is good, he finds Ingerson. Off they go, the Dogs, through half-back, Schwert, so it's kick and catch. To move it just a little bit quicker. Utilities find that style of footy pretty easy to run down the ground with. The forwards really want it in a bit quicker than this. Simon Lewis, again, kick and catch, Green. And they open it up through half-forward. That's obviously part of their strategy. Coffey in front again on the lead. Now he's got an opportunity. If he gets it in quickly, he's got a couple of options. He goes long and high. I don't think that's the way it should have gone. Almost. I think he went straight towards the goals, but he had Cotter down there by himself, and I thought that's what he might have done.
Summed it up. Never, I don't know if I'm being too critical. Simon Lewis is a centre-half forward. He seems to get a lot of his touches leading up the ground. And as a centre-half forward, you really do need to kick a couple of goals a week. I don't know if he does that.
It's an interesting ploy. I mean, it might just simply be there to get him out of the forward line and open things up behind him. But I take your point. I mean, you've got to kick enough goals. And, well, as you well know, most clubs budget each player to kick a certain number of goals and the amount they need to win.
Nigel Allen now bangs it toward the wing, and the big fist of Harada knocks it to the front of the pack. And there'll be a throw-in. So it's 3-3 apiece, almost 5 minutes. Second quarter, Central are 7-2-1. They've won 7, lost 2 and drawn 1. North have won their last 6 and lost their first 4. Here's Potter, looking to give it off to McGowan. Does so in the forward pocket. Tight angle, good kick. And Coffey's wrapped it up.
tough pocket here, but we saw Brodie Atkinson kick a beauty in the latter stages of the first quarter. I'm just not sure about Coffey's ability in the same situation. 28-year-old has 2 goals so far. Here he goes. 44 for the year before this. That's a great kick. That is a sensational kick. So his third, and we've seen 2 miracle goals from tucked away in that right forward pocket. It's 4-3 to 3-3.
Absolutely sensational. You called it right. Look at that kick. Does not deviate at all. And when you're a full forward, you're kicking from anywhere. Grant Coffey's done that. So the Dogs 4-3, leading the Roosters 3-3. 1 goal in it. A very tight game, this one.
Peter Bennett on the bench.
6 points to the Dogs, and they'd love to win this one. North Adelaide, the form side in the comp at the moment. Out of the centre, quick kick. The Roosters try and work it out. Atkinson and Noonan, they don't. And a bit of voice there maybe would have helped. Free kick. Roosters and Tim Noonan just forward of centre. He's got a lead to his right. Is that Parker? Big jump. Gerke was there as well. Opportunity, Mancini quick. Rosenboom gets it out to Allen. Open goal, and he's offline to the left. And they close the gap, the Roosters, by just 1 point. They trail now by 5.
Good work by the Roosters. Allen, bit of time on the bench. Not a bad player. Plenty of height. Never, when you look at the competition at the minute, from 3rd to 7th is 1.5 games, so you don't want to relax too much.
No, you don't. It is fairly tight out there, isn't there? Only got 2-3 games separates top and 5th or something at the moment, so it's pretty tight traffic. Bamford looking up forward, no one in particular. Ingerson drops back beautifully. Puts Schwert under plenty of pressure from Parker. Rides the bump out of bounds. Mancini wraps him up. Dr. Mancini. He's pretty live wire, isn't he, Mancini? He does a lot of the hard work, and we've seen him play on a wing and play as a utility. Here he is again.
Around the body on the left. Beautiful ruck work. So the Roosters kicking 2 behinds, doing all the attacking at the moment. So they set up the zone. And the Doggies are normally pretty good from defence. Wakeland to bring it in. Beautiful kick. Look at that. He's picked off Reimers all by himself. If he can move on quickly, you normally catch him out.
You might describe the zone to our viewers, Michael.
The zone?
Yep.
Well, the zone obviously is when players will set up in the forward pockets and about half forward and just down from the wings, fill in the spots. So the fullback really has to kick long or pick off, and the opposition side hopes for an error. How's that?
It's not bad. It's a pretty good summary. That's why you're here. You're an expert.
27 plays 23. Central in front. Here's Stevens. 75 metres from his own defensive goal. It clean bowls pretty well everyone. 17 is Collins. Chance now for Rosenboom. He's going to get a free kick, the big man, at half-back. He's really between the lines, between half-back and the wing. Viney, who, as we mentioned in the first quarter, has found a new lease of life at North Adelaide on a half-back flank. Ingerson takes a good mark at centre half-back. Now, he's looking to transfer play and does so. Goes toward the half-back flank on the outer side. McGowan gets a sweeping hand pass. This is a la the Port Adelaide defender. And I'm talking about, I've forgotten his name completely, actually, Delaney, because Wakeland seems to run off, doesn't he? He's very rarely at full-back, Neville.
He carries the footy beautifully, doesn't he? Takes off down the ground, and it's the sort of player you want. An attacking defender, brings the ball over the line, and he puts so much pressure on the opposition forwards. You just really almost got to pick him up. This is the odd part about his game.
9.5 minutes, second quarter. Coffey in the thick of things. So too is Cotter, number 32. Here's Potter. Gets it across to Cook. Now Lures. Long hand pass. Ingerson. They're messing about with it, trying to construct something, trying to instigate some sort of sortie forward. Now this is McGowan. He's going to chip it short to Healy. So loose checking.
Can kick a ball too, Healy.
Yep.
Beautiful on the left, and he will definitely make the distance.
Daniel Healy, the 21-year-old, and currently Central enjoy a 4-3 to 3-5 lead. So here he comes. It's a fairly big run up. He's going to kick from just inside 50. There it is, left footer. That's got the distance okay, but the accuracy not there. And it's a behind. So they stretch their lead to, 28 to 23. 5 points the difference in favour of Central.
The Bulldogs just not clean enough up forward at the moment, getting plenty of possessions. Getting it down to Coffey very well. The kickoff finds Phillips. Phillips will hold it up, can't get it on quickly. They bring it to this grandstand side, and Viney, skipper, having a good season with the Roosters. Looks for Piker, beautiful body. Now he'll go over the top. All by himself is Allen. Squire it is, bounces once, goes inside 50, he's going to have a shot. Is it going to come back? No, it won't, just to the left of the upright. It's a good attacking move by the Roosters. No Bulldog player touched it from full back.
It was a beautiful piece of work. He's capable of doing that, Squire, along with Atkinson and Noonan. They've got a pretty good flea brigade.
Yes, they certainly have now. A bit of danger here for Central District. The ball kept in the area. And there's going to be a ball up directly in front of the North Adelaide goal. They trail 3-6 to 4-4. Central lead by 4 points. 12 minutes has elapsed in the second quarter. Ingerson, Girdham, hello, the whistle's gone. Free kick, and it's going North Adelaide's way to Brodie Atkinson. Well, he kicked a miracle goal at the other end in the forward pocket. He's too far out to score here. He's 60 metres from goal. He's looking for leads. They're coming from everywhere, but he's just a little uneasy about some of them. Now he goes back, so the North Adelaide forwards are being covered. There's his kick into the right forward, but good kick in the end to McCarthy. So the time wasting there working quite effectively.
Yes, well, he thought he'd hang on to the footy till he just let people run themselves into space. It's interesting if you rush that kick in, if there's nothing offering, if you hang on to it for another 10 seconds or so and players run around, quite often something will open up for you.
Now this for the lead now for North Adelaide. Damien McCarthy, all 195 centimetres off him. 45 metres out, tough angle across the face of goal, and it's just gone through for a behind.
Kicked a beauty in the first quarter, Michael, off the ground. Very intelligent play.
He did. 9 scoring shots apiece.
You thought that one was a bit lucky though,
Very
Michael.
even contest. Well, it was. Over the back. Beautiful kick by Wakeland. Run magnificently by McGowan. Here's the setup. Cook. But no one in front of him. Now looks, running behind was Cotton. Can't quite grab it. And Saunders kicks it off the ground. Viney will back him up. They'll run it over the boundary line. No, they won't.
Too high.
Green,
Surely.
clumsy tackle on Viney. Umpire calls it back. Good work. Viney to take the kick. This grandstand side. McCarthy at the ball. Punches Piker. Straight Girdham. Girdham will go short. Cotton on the left, that funny drop. Goes to centre forward. Coffey's done that 2 or 3 times to date. Cotton's got the run of it now. Beautifully done. He's going to pick it up, run into goal. Well done. That's his first. Craig Cotton. Cotter. I'm getting...
Welcome back.
Couldn't believe the opportunity he had there. He made it all himself though, didn't he? Have a look at him. Had Phillips right on his hammer. He had Sanford there as well. Opportunity to go to the green. Decides it's an absolute walk in the park and snaps his first. Craig Cotter. And he edges out the Dogs' lead.
Yes, 34 to 25 now. 5-4 to 3-7. Ball back in the centre once again through Girdham's hands. A chance now for North Adelaide. Good ricochet there by Pyman. Oh, clever hand pass out wide by McGowan. Here's Stevens now, hustling and bustling on centre wing. Kick down ground to right half forward. And there'll be a throw-in. Peter Green unable to get to it with number 17 for North Adelaide. That's Matthew Collins. Throw-in. That's Peter Green. Looks Looks just a little exhausted there after that run. 5-4-3-7. McCarthy at the back. Here's Nigel Allen, who's had a fair amount of the footy. Another throw in. Good conditions here at Footy Park, Neville.
Always good conditions. The ground's in beautiful condition. We've got a slight breeze left to right of screen and sunshine, masses of it. McGowan goes to ground. Viney's strong, he's too high. Lewis too late. Beautiful work. That came from Collins. This is Perkins, the skipper, up over half forward. Not a very well judged kick. Beautifully read though by Reimers as he slips the ball out. We've got Swert, he's a left footer. Chooses to handball. Gives it to Healy and short, but poorly put in front of Cotton. So, centre wing, 34 pace, 25, a 9-point advantage to the Dogs. Ingerson will get the leap. Behind him, Gerke got the knock to it. Bamford, if he can get to it, he'll disappear. My goodness, he's a quick player. Number 26, Scotty Bamford.
Exceptional first quarter. I know he's 16 minutes into this second term. He's dropped out of it a little bit. He was on fire early. And Potter, been out a bit with injury this year. Great recruit from Brisbane, along with Simon Lewis. Viney with his caught with the ball. Holding it to him, says the umpire. I don't know if I agree with that. Very lucky, Jay Viney. Umpire will bounce, much to the disgust of the Bulldog supporters. Ingerson again. He's got his hand in most of the footies there. Ingerson back. Kicks to centre forward. And that'll go straight down the throat. Should have grabbed that up, Coffey. Collins now will run onto it, taps it forward. Well done, Saunders. Gives him a shepherd. Not good, straight to Stevens. Stevens got no one. And it should have been a free kick to Coffey. Good work by the Roosters backline. They'll go straight down Schwert's throat in the centre of the ground. So the Roosters backline not being clean enough and delivering it up forward.
Schwert, good distance, well inside 50. Up goes Lewis, good mark. Oh, terrific mark, good strong hands.
Oh, wasn't it superb? Nicely called, Mark. Up he goes, in front, that's the place to be. Across the front of the pack, Royce Hart style. I don't think you remember Royce Hart, Mark, but he used to do a lot of that.
Number 4 for Richmond.
For the Tigers. And what a champion. To just drift across the pack would get a run in from the side.
Simon Lewis, this to stretch Central District's lead. It's a good kick. It's another beauty. It's a goal. His first.
Simon Lewis, as we said, a bit critical, leading up forward all the time. But there, look at this grab. That is a good grab. In front against Brenton Phillips. And a good kick for goal from about 45.
18-minute mark of the second quarter. The Dogs lead by 15 points and time for North Adelaide to put on the pedal. Their foot on the pedal. Stevens out of the centre. Bamford skittled by Girdham. Aggressive play. They are at the body just a little bit more than North Adelaide. Green held on to, was he? Michael.
I'd like to have another look at that. Let's have a look. Should have taken the mark. Yes, just slightly retarded on the leg. And the umpire had to pay it.
Green's got the kick. And that's all that matters.
I think Brian Herrera hasn't made centre-half back his spot. Unbelievable.
Actually, he has, because that's all he's played.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Anywhere else.
No. What, today I'm talking about.
He has done well, hasn't he?
Thank you.
There's no need to behave like that, Michael. We're all friends here. 45 metres, the Dogs, aren't they going well? Stretch the lead to 21.
Fantastic work by Peter Green.
It was great work, wasn't it? Have a look at how Girdham gets in there and does all that hard work, Michael.
Well, he's done it all year. He's a great skipper. The quick kick. And Green.
There he goes. Down he goes. And he was retarded.
Oh, look. So big margin now, fellas, with, what are we? 19 and a half minutes into the second quarter, 7-4 to 3-7. Yes, and we are 21 points. Central 21 points in front, back in the centre. McCarthy and Ingerson out to the wing now. Piker overruns it, chance for Collins, got possession, under pressure though, gets it back to Timmy Perkins, and Perkins running through the wing. Short pass is okay, well done by Parker. Now to Sanders, now to Allen. Here they go, Bamford, and Bamford has kicked a beauty. Oh, do you think they didn't need that? A string of hand passes and a great kick by Bamford, his second.
Scott Bamford nearly been the Roosters' best. Good work by the skipper Perkins and good run. Parker, look at that backup. Sanders, Allen, onto Bamford. 30 metres out, directly in front. Thank you very much.
Scotty Bamford. So 7-4 plays 4-7, and timely goal, their first, North Adelaide. 20 minutes it took them to kick it in this quarter. So
15 points the margin, Neville, that's what that means. I just wrote it down on the sheet, it's fairly straightforward.
thank you very much. So there's the margin now. 15 points as Collins sends them forward. Bad bounce. Bennett couldn't trap it. Parker on the ground. Opportunity. Cassie leaves it behind. Harada, excuse me, I'm leaving. Goes to ground.
What did you think that was, Neville? The Gettysburg Address or something?
What's that?
Well, that number, 15 with a circle around it.
It's just absolute scribble, that's what it is. Do you go to school?
Only trying to help.
Journalist. Unbelievable. 46 plays 31.
I've done my journalistic course.
Okay, so the blood rule will apply. Swert's now been asked to leave the umpire to leave the field by the umpire because he has blood on his face. So he will leave. The umpire will allow the player coming on, which in this case,
Benny Burgess.
Benny Burgess. So you're allowed to replace the player before he comes off the ground, and that's the blood rule in full flight here at Football Park. 31 plays 46, 15-point margin, 22 minutes in. And North Adelaide, they're under a lot of pressure. As I said, kicked their first goal at the 20-minute mark for the second quarter, their first goal since quarter time.
There's the bounce. Ingerson shepherded out by Bennett. There's that Pyman in there, good work. Stacks on the milk.
Oh, no.
Picks it up quickly, doesn't he?
No.
And the bounce.
You start saying there's a Barney in a minute, something like that.
Beautiful tap by Bennett. Atkinson, Parker. Good tough work in there by Pyman. There'll be another bounce. Right on the 50 for the Roosters. So they'd like to get another one. 23 minutes into this second term. Bennett to do the ruck work. Ingerson over the top. Atkinson held up beautifully. Hanging on, is it? Can't quite see that. So that'll go to Healy. So there's Schwert. He's got the patch on the side of the right eye. He'll come back onto the ground. Back in play. Cott on the left. Phillips jumps across the front. Coffey's nearly grabbed that. Oh, too high. Now he's got it out to Cotter on the left. And through for a minor score.
Great handball by Coffey to put it out in front of Cotter, and I agree with you, Michael. I think he was pulled around the neck, and he should have got that free kick.
16 points the margin. Central lead 7-5, 4-7. Saunders, who did a very good job on a number of fullbacks, including Danny Del Rey in recent weeks from South Adelaide. Here's Cook, short chip is good, inside 50. And he finds Cotter, Craig Cotter, number 32.
Controlling the ball far better than North Adelaide at the moment.
Well, they did this in the first term, but they didn't quite have control.
Here he is, he's about to make his run up. Kick from 48 metres, there's the kick. Schwert's come back on, by the way, that's a great kick. So another one. Gee, they're accurate, aren't they, Central District? They're 8 goals 5, North are 4 goals 7. 53-31, we've played almost 25 minutes second quarter.
Good work by Cotter. Look at that, good hands by Lewis. Girdham and Cook, eyes up, picks him off. And Schwert coming back on the ground, and the skipper, Girdham, straight down the race.
What do you make of that, Michael?
Well, it's just before half-time.
You reckon he's just going?
He's obviously going there just to have a bit of a rest.
Would he just be sort of fairly keen to get to the drinks stall first?
Oh, it's terrible when you get down there, Lars. There's never anything left. All the oranges are gone. 8-5-53. North Adelaide a 4-7-31. And beautiful sunshine. Great day at Footy Park. Over half forward. Tap. Casserly, left foot. Given the run now to McGowan. He's a clever player. You can bet your bottom dollar that a Central player will end up with this. Schwert and Cook. They're running forward now. They've found a gap. Out comes Coffey. He's caught under the footy. Saunders, I should say, is there with him. Viney puts it to the line. Good defensive work. But they need to do more. They need to do more.
Saunders not doing a bad job. Look at that height. Coffey, if he just lays back into it a bit stronger at the ball, he's going to take more of that.
So gets back into the player and comes forward.
Exactly.
I think that's the way he should be doing it.
22 points. Cook had it, then lost it. Here's Noonan. Gets it to Collins, who's in trouble, being harassed, having to give ground away. A chance now for Sanford. Kicks out very wide. Opportunity for Healy in a lot of trouble. Bamford now with a footy free kick. It's a throw. So Perkins, Timmy Perkins to get the free kick. At half-back. Bangs it up toward the wing. A big pack into the air, but no mark taken. Opportunity for Casserly, being harassed. Gets it to Cook. Cook on field now. Chance for Cook again. He got it from Healy. And Cook's kick is pinpoint to Peter Green. Mounting a late charge in this second quarter at the back. Good defensive mark taken by Sanford. What do you make of him, fellas?
Good, tall, almost, I wouldn't say athletic, but real trier. Pretty courageous and does a pretty good job in defence. One of their better players today.
Is Wakeland. Tried to slip the hand pass over. Not a lot of value there, although they get away with it. Wakeland gets it again. What about that? Lewis. What's Wakeland on about? Where is he, for heaven's sake? He's way down the ground. Peter will go back. What's the story with Wakeland, fellas?
Well, he's at full back at the minute. He's obviously followed his man down, which was Big Rosenboom, I think it is.
Here's Lewis now. Gee whiz, wouldn't this be a handy goal late in the second term? Look at that. Pinpoint. Straight through. 2 goals to Simon Lewis. And Central District, well, they've opened up a good break. 9-5-4-7.
Look at the work by Wakeland. It's close, very close to the boundary line. 3 or 4 handballs and good vision. So the Bulldogs, they've kicked 7 goals this term to the Roosters 1. 28 minutes into this second term. North Adelaide, they'd want to get 1 just before half-time. Schwert playing well across the fence there. Perkins been strong back there. Phillips bursting through. Handballs are on to Noonan. He's been a bit quiet. Kicks, they can't find anything up forward. Gerke's not the man at centre forward at the moment. Reimers does good work there. Great work. Falls to the ground. Got plenty of time to get up. Beautiful smother by Noonan. Noonan goes straight into full forward, and Peter Bennett over the top was Wakeland. Geez, their defence is good. On to Reimers. Reimers on the left. Straight down Atkinson's throat.
With Gerke, I mean, North Adelaide have won quite a few games with Bennett at centre half forward. Maybe I don't think it's a bad mood having Gerke there, but maybe he could interchange like Brereton and Deere used to, in and out of the forward pocket to centre half forward. Maybe that wouldn't be a bad way to go.
We'll mention that at half time.
You'd never get him across though, would you?
Brody Atkinson. 25-metre penalty. Just holding up play.
Hasn't had a touch, Gerke.
Well, you don't want him at centre half forward then, is that right?
Atkinson.
Just trying to be nice about it.
He's kicked 1 already. Let's have a look at this. Beautiful kick. That's the one the Roosters wanted. It's kicked 2. And the Roosters 5th.
Yes, good work, Atkinson. And there he is, encouraging everybody. Isn't he fantastic the way he does that? Reimers there, and the kick is poor. It's a left footer that went astray and landed on Brody Atkinson's chest.
And look at that.
So
25-metre penalty.
Undisciplined.
But it wasn't.
Why?
Well, Atkinson actually pulled McGowan's jumper forward.
I see.
How easy is it to put it over these umpires?
Yeah.
Fair income.
Clever.
2 goals to Brody Atkinson. Still time for North Adelaide to get another one, perhaps. 9-5-5-7. Still in the centre. Allen. Good strong tackling there on McGowan. Chance for North Adelaide just to muster something. Bennett gets it across a series of hand passes. This is Squire. He's pack tackled. The ball now inside 50. A late charge by North Adelaide Rhymers. This is Schwert. Gets it across to big Brian Hereda, who is killing his opponent at the moment. Up they go. No mark taken. Here's a chance for Lewis. The smooth mover. Can he spot a player up forward? No, he can't. Outstorms Coffey. Good tackling by Coffey, though. Sanford gets it across to Sanders. Or Saunders it was. Now Piker, North Adelaide, cool. Piker gets knocked over after he got rid of the footy, and the free kick down ground 40 metres at left half forward. Gerke has the footy, playing at centre half forward or around that region for North Adelaide. I reckon that might be his first kick. Big pack into the air, no mark taken. It's knocked to the front of the pack. Atkinson, what can he do? Chance now for Cook, in trouble. So too was Phillips. Now Sanders. Opportunity for Gerke again, all of a sudden getting a couple of valuable touches. Up goes big Brian Hereda. Allen at the back. Here's a goal now perhaps for Piker. And Piker's hit the post. Right smack bang on the bottom of it.
Yes. Here he is. And as called by Mark Aston, smack bang on the bottom of the post. There we go. So that's a point. But it would have been a valuable goal this close to half-time. They've had a lot of trouble going forward. They didn't kick their first goal in the second quarter to the 20-minute mark. And it's been a quiet quarter. North Adelaide on a roll, but 20 points behind as the siren sounds. It's half-time here at Football Park. And the Roosters, they trail by 21 points. 9-5-59, North Adelaide 5-8-38. All the actions on ABC Sport.
Second half underway now. 21 points the margin in favour of Central. 9-5-5-8. Big second quarter there by Central District. Potter's hand pass a bit loose. Healy trying desperately to do something constructive with it. There's Allen pushed out of the way. Chance now for Cotton. High kick inside 50 for Central District. Cotter down there as well. They're working very hard. Here's Phillips, the Magarey medalist. Peter Green with him. Also Noonan tied up. That appeared to be a little high. And the umpire now will ball it up on the 50-metre half circle. Excellent conditions here at Footy Park. Good afternoon to you, Michael Aish.
Good afternoon, Mark. Beautiful stadium to play football. And up until half-time, the Bulldogs just got away in that second term after a pretty even first term. Bamford, been one of North's best. Beautiful tackle. Hanging on, the umpire says. And Jared Cotton infringing. What's happened here? Umpire will call it back. McCarthy takes the mark. Umpire's been pretty good. Bamford's kicked 2 for the Roosters. Used his explosive pace to perfection to date.
Sorry, Michael. Peter Green's come off and
Arnold.
Yes, Arnold's gone
coming on. He started in ruck. And also Roger Gurnham on the bench at the moment. Just came off before half-time.
Pete's got a blood nose.
Thanks, Mark. Perkins. That's that half-back line of the Roosters. Been fantastic the last 6 weeks. From behind, Arnold can't glove it. McGowan, beautiful. Cotton. Healy on the left. Castley can't get it. Beautifully done. Perkins can't get it out. Falls on top of it. Umpire will call for a bounce. And to date, second playing fourth. And what they want is only 1.5 games from 3rd to 8th, Neville Roberts.
Yes, it's pretty tight traffic. 21 points separates them. The Dogs with the break here. Second half, 2 minutes in, third quarter. Opportunity. Pyman slips it out. This is Cook. Was busy in the first half. His kick touched off the boot and close to the boundary line and out of bounds. And we talk about magnificent days. What a glorious day here sun-drenched footy park. All the action live and exclusive to the ABC. Big knock, McCarthy working hard. Kicked a goal in the first quarter. It was a beauty too. And stacks on the mill.
Michael H thought it was a fluke. I don't agree with you there, Michael.
Said it was lucky, didn't he?
Yeah, lucky. Oh, off the ground like Tony Modra this year.
No, I don't know. No, sorry. The kick wasn't a fluke.
Right.
It was actually coming over the back,
Oh,
which
right.
isn't the percentage thing, and he was lucky that it came over the back for him to have a kick off the ground.
Wish I hadn't have asked.
Bamford with pace, and he has been scintillating out of the through that centre and midfield. A chance there for Franco. Loose ball. Wakeland gets up the ground. A link man for the Dogs out of defence. This is Stevens. He's been busy too. There he is again. Pulled off the ball. That's holding the man, and that is so straightforward.
Certainly causing headlines, isn't he, Wakeland? He's been all over the place. He is stationed at full back, but like Roger Delaney for Port Adelaide, he's been attacking vigorously. Here's a chance now for Allen, and he's just missed out, number 37 for North Adelaide. Nigel Allen just short, touched. 9-5-5-9, so the margin 20 points in favour of Central.
Actually touched by a Roosters player, I think, just on the goal line. Bit unfortunate. Wakeland to bring it in, being one of the Dogs' best. Arnold, good grab. Ingerson also has done a great job in ruck. Got his hand to most of them. Picks off Healy. He's going to be run down again by Bamford. Beautifully done. The bounce favours Perkins. Perkins to Phillips. Straight to the centre forward position. Arnold will wrap that up in front. Not a good kick by Phillips. In front of big Rosenboom.
They all of a sudden lack a bit of strike power, North Adelaide, don't they? They get the ball in there and can't seem to make much of it in front.
Got a bit of height, the Dogs back there at the moment with Wakeland, Arnold and Ingerson. Ingerson dropping back beautifully. Kick to kick at the moment. McCarthy picks that off. Onto Allen on the left foot. Bennett all by himself picks it up beautifully. Franco, I think it is. Oh, dropped short, and that man again, Wakeland, all by himself. Touches it on the ground and hits Stevens.
Yes, beautifully timed. He's one of the best men on the ground at the moment. Wakeland, Schwerk, back in the side after a break last week. You want to get it on quickly. Has a look into the sun. He's going. Had to leave the ground with the blood rule in the second quarter. And that's simply the umpire's instruction. He was replaced and then came back on the ground within about 5 minutes. The kick in is good. Coffey comes out. 2 grabs. They're going to pay him. No, he has 3 goals.
Beautiful.
Handball. Cotton. Cook. Goal. And beautiful piece of work by the Dogs. His first goal. Pretty tidy, and that's exactly the style of play that gave him the break in the second quarter.
If we go back far enough, we do. Potter. Now let's have a look at the hands here. You nearly paid that to Coffey. 16 with Burgess. Beautiful hands. Cook gets on the end of the chain. Boots through the first for the Dogs in this third term.
There's 26 points, the margin now in favour of the Bulldogs. 1-7, lost 2 and drawn 1 this year. North Adelaide won their first 4, lost their first 4 and won their last 6. An outstanding performance by North Adelaide. They're certainly one of the form sides in the comp. You're pointing there, Michael. What's up?
Jonas just having a word with the umpires. And Arnold back off the ground. Green with a new jumper. Obviously the blood rule again, I would think.
Yes, he had a blood nose and he must have got some on his Guernsey.
Back onto the ground.
Okay, so play about to commence again. The margin is 26 points. As Peter Green wandering down to his position. It's 10 goals, 5-5-9. North really need a wriggle on, don't they? McCarthy about to charge in from the left. He's going to get this easily. Has to thump it forward. It goes higher, really, than any distance forward. Pyman's number 54. Potter's there. And so too is Noonan. So North Adelaide with that sensational win over Port Adelaide last Friday at Footy Park in very wet conditions. And they are one of the big form sides, but at the moment they've got massive problems. McCarthy and Ingerson. Franco's number 10. Here's a chance now for Cotton. Swings it towards centre half forward. Perkins there. No one able to take a mark. Cook knocked from pillar to post. There's Casserly getting a hand pass out. Clever one too to Cotter. Left footer round the body, looking for Coffey's got it. Great mark, caught behind and just bringing the ball over the top of his opponent and taking a good grab.
Yes, isn't a beautiful mark? Body to body. Saunders, not an easy bloke to contest with. He's pretty tough, Rocket Saunders. And it'll be interesting to see how he manages this attempted goal.
He's already got 3. Oh, dear. Well, that doesn't really need much explaining, does it?
Quite incredible. Nearly blind.
Don't see that very often, do you?
No. Luckily. Most of the players that do that are playing in the 2s. That's why we wouldn't see it very often.
Not good work. Cotter caught by Phillips over the boundary line. The Bulldogs.
He couldn't have seen that play
at all. No, because it wasn't the man on the mark, was it?
That's correct. It was Brenton Phillips. Boundary throw in. North's 50. Bulldogs 50. Number 32 is Craig Cotter again. He's been lively.
So the Roosters went with Gurkey at centre half forward in the first half, and it really hasn't worked for them. Bennett's back there now, and hopefully they can be a bit more of a contest there.
Well, they've got Rosenboom at full forward, and McCarthy started there. So the Bulldogs really have got more potency up forward. They've got hold of it again. McGowan swore through the centre. They'll look for Coffey. It's put well out in front. And Matthew Collins just chips in beautifully. 18 years of age, his 18th game for the Roosters. Far side. Oh, good mark by Pyman, 54. Right in the middle. Look at this. Right in the middle, in front of Mancini and Squire. Shouldn't have really grabbed that. Anyway, ball goes on. Coffey's got hold of this. Look at this. How easy was that? On the 50, brings it to the head of the square. Cotton over the back, can't get it. Sanford taps it through for a minor score.
Started well, Sanford, first quarter. And one of the better players, but like a lot of Roosters went missing in the first part of that second quarter. North just couldn't get anything together. And while they were doing virtually nothing, the Dogs piled on seven goals. Jay Viney takes the kick in and playing better football in a red and white jumper. His kick towards the grandstand wing. Up they go, McCarthy, Healy, none of those can take it. Chance, that was Potter, gets it over to McGowan, he's clever. And this occasion beautifully spoiled. Ingerson held and will get the free kick. He's on 50 and this will really test his leg. He's going into a breeze. He'll look for a lead.
Have a look at McGowan, all by himself.
And guess what? So that is loose, isn't it, by the Roosters? You'd like to be able to run into space like that.
Well, you just don't know why that happens. They've got a set shot for goal from about 40 or 50. They know Ingerson isn't a good kick for goal, so he's obviously going to look to pick off.
And players go to sleep from 30 metres. McGowan, you'd have to back him. One of the best kicks in the competition. And you just count on him doing that when you give him a wrap. That's an absolute walk-in start for him, and that would have really hurt North Adelaide and maybe a let-off for them.
Just checking the updates. South Adelaide by 1 point over West Adelaide. Nothing in that at all, is there? You should know how players can run into space, Michael, because you used to do it a lot. So you should know all about it, really. Here's Mancini. He's got a big head of hair on him, hasn't he? It's nothing personal, Michael. Chance now for McGowan. Cook got it across Ingerson. Oh, Mancini cut it off superbly. And here goes the Magarey medalist, and that was Phillips. The hand pass put Mancini under pressure. They've got the numbers. Phillips again. Chip pass is very good. Inside 50. Squire left footer and bangs it through. North Adelaide just edge a little closer. That is Squire's first. It's 10-7, 6-9.
The Magarey medalist, Phillips, good work. Mancini in there. They nearly made a mess of it. Came back to Phillips. He had one guy on his left. Caught Squire out of the right side and made no mistake.
So Squire, post North Adelaide's 6th goal, a madly needed one for the Roosters. The score now, a margin of 22 points. And the Dogs with 17 shots, North Adelaide with 15. So they've had their chances, the Roosters. Been a little bit off target, haven't had enough firepower from the right. Comes Rosenboom, can't take it. Franco off the ball. Cook runs over it. Healy tries hard. They'll hold it in, though, and we'll have another bounce. Absolutely magnificent day.
Coach Darryl Hart's left Saunders on Coffey the whole of the game thus far. Fairly decisive height advantage. Would you make a move or would you back him in?
Well, he's kicked 3 goals on him, and Central have had a great deal of the play, so maybe that's not bad. A guy like Coffey, he can be dangerous, and I think he really has got him there, because if he gets out on a lead, Saunders can go with him. I'd stay with him for now. In it comes through Healy. Oh, beautifully done. Wrong way. And Sanford takes the ball. Goes on to Phillips.
Yes, so the margin still at the moment is 22 points. A Central lead. That's a Piker, number 8. Simon Piker.
And as a point of interest, Michael, on that question, when the ball has been dropped on their heads, Coffey really hasn't taken the mark, so probably hasn't been a bad move.
He's misjudged quite a few. He's gone early. And if he'd just got his judgment right, he probably would have had another 2 or 3 shots for goal from very short distance directly in front.
What's your options then? Who else?
Up forward.
On Coffey.
Or you can always put Sanford back there. Although he's playing at centre-half forward, at the centre-half back at the moment, you can always put Perkins back there. So they've got fair options, North Adelaide.
Still Central lead. Piker trying to control the footy. And eventually he's out of bounds with the Central bench in the background.
The Dogs have got a bit of height in that forward line, haven't they? You know, with the Ingerson, Lewis, Coffey and so on. It's pretty hard to go with all day.
Peter Bennett from half-back. Can they manufacture something here? Storming down the ground is taking a good mark too in front of himself. Parker, former Carlton player, into the forward pocket. Down ground for McCarthy. Chance now for Atkinson. Kicked a miracle goal from that position earlier. Gerke only had about 3 or 4 touches. Ingerson tried to one-hand it, and it's forced through for a behind. I noticed Gerke's still on Hereda, fellas. Parker's down there as well. McCarthy just starts to... his temper's just starting to flare a bit. So, because Parker's been their reasonable focal point over the last couple of weeks. 10-7, 6-10.
Wakeland. He'll pick off Schwerdal by himself on the 50 for the Roosters. Got nothing to kick it to at the moment. All North Adelaide. McCarthy, Rosenboom, Bamford. Goes long looking for Lewis, but he's got no chance at all. Good work by Sanford, and Rosenboom takes it. He'll go into the middle. Want to be good. Beautifully chipped is Stevens. He'll get a move on. Hasn't kicked out. He's kicked it straight back to Sanford. Dies on the ball. Kept in beautifully by Cotton. Back to Healy. Healy's got McGowan loose.
Fantastic.
Pinpoint accuracy.
She wasn't that terrific by Cotton.
Beautiful work. Lewis by himself. Plays on. Go to the head of the square. Looking for Coffey. He's going to have to jump. Can't quite grab it. Green. Beautifully crumbed, can't get the handball away. Bamford hanging on, yes it was. Tim Cook runs it over the boundary line for a throw-in.
So the game heating up a little bit, and North Adelaide with their foot on the pedal. 15 minutes in, third quarter. It's the Dogs by 21 points at Footy Park. Sanford again, he's been a good player in defence. He'll have a bounce or 2. Grandstand wing. Touched off the boot, badly judged. Healy, Bamford, watch him go if he can get a hold of it. Noonan traps it. Perkins, high, underneath it. Atkinson will crumb. Almost. Squire, good hands, beautifully done Parker. Atkinson, now Squire, they combine beautifully. The left footer, he's got one already, and he's offline. They need a spark, don't they, the Roosters? That would have been a beauty for them.
Squire, one of those Roosters players, a la in the Mike Noonan days, that's got beautiful hands in close. And Darryl Hart obviously continuing that on.
He is, and they talked recently, Hart and Noonan.
About 6 rounds ago, I think. Wakeland, 60-metre kick.
It's worked though, hasn't it?
Well, it seems to have. Here's a chance now for Noonan. Speaking of Noonan, that's his son. Now Atkinson, who's a very good player. And that kick to the front of the goal square. Squire runs past. Chance now for Wakeland, who almost runs into the point post. That could have been dangerous.
Let's have a look at this.
Not much in it, Michael.
Just a slight trip.
He's got the free kick for it. So, Michael Wakeland, and you'd be fairly safe saying he's one of the best people on the ground, if not the best. Swerd, a natural left footer, just chips one along, percentage style. Stevens. He's got Perkins coming.
You could see him.
Right.
He saw him coming too, Neville, didn't he?
Yeah, he was trucked to base, that one, I can tell you.
I think he felt as though he wanted to run the game out rather than be run out of the game.
Oh yes, he's got plenty of courage, Scotty Stevens. Don't worry about that. But there was no benefit to not covering up for that one. Beautiful chip. Phillips makes the space and he's got the footy. They'll get a runner now and have a shot at goal, hopefully. Here it comes. There's the runner and here comes the shot at goal. So Bennett, right on 50. It'll test his leg. He's got the breeze behind him. Not the longest of kicks, but this would be a real lifter. In he comes, front of the square. And McCarthy can't. Another point to the Roosters, so it's there. They just can't convert.
Well, they've lifted the intensity of the Roosters. All Central Districts in the first 10 minutes of this term. And the Roosters had to do something. They've done it. They're still trailing. They're controlling the game at the minute.
Reimers got it from Wakeland, back to Wakeland. The two combining well. Deep in their defensive zone. Stevens at half-back, looking for someone down on the wing. In fact, goes beyond that position. It's a good kick, a ground-covering kick. At the back there was Cotter. It's all Central District. Lewis gives it across to Peter Green, now wearing number 12. Gee, that was all so easy, wasn't it? Healy, he could cap this off with a great goal from 30 metres, tight angle. And he has. You know, that was slow-motion footy, really, wasn't it? First goal to Healy, and it was just too easy, Michael.
Certainly was. But don't you love looking at left footers, how well they dispose of the football? Most left footers are sensational. Green, Healy all the time in the world, had Cotter next to him but backed himself in straight through the high little diddle.
Where were the North Adelaide defenders, I'd like to know? And generally that line of defenders has been pretty good over the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Here we go, west and south at Adelaide Oval. It's the Panthers by 7 points. 73 plays, 48 at Footy Park. And the Dogs have got the break at the moment. They just seem to be doing it better, don't they? They go forward and they kick goals. North Adelaide go forward and no result. Franco, Cook, Inruck, Rosenboom, Ingerson. This is Franco again on the left boot. Pops it up. It's not a good kick. Doesn't give Gerke all that much opportunity, but he runs it down nicely. Hereda with him. He's had a tough day there, hasn't he? Not the sort of day you dream about. Reimers, when he's back there, does it pretty well. Gerke again intercepts, so he's got a couple of touches. Might lift his confidence. They need a break through the forward line, the Roosters, and they need one quickly. Parker's there, Bennett from behind. Parker's got it, slips it out if he can. Oh, and the umpire says no chance. He had a chance there, didn't he? If he'd got it out to Piker, it would have been open slobber.
Gee, you've got to give Hart his due. He's really persisted with Gerke, hasn't he?
Yes, he gives them a chance and backs them in, and he doesn't shift them around as much as a lot of coaches we know. And let's hope he gets the rewards for that.
Middle stages, third quarter. We hope you're enjoying the coverage on ABC TV Sport, wherever you may be around South Australia or in the Northern Territory.
Southeast Asia.
Yes, 21 minutes, third quarter. Big McCarthy and Ingerson, two big men in the local competition. I hope Bamford gets a run at the ball soon, the wingman for North, because he's so good and quick. Chance now for North Adelaide again. Big fist there from Central District. Chance for Piker, pulled off the football. Pyman over the footy and over the pack, and there'll be a ball up. Yes, just getting back to Bamford. We saw him accelerate, didn't we, Neville, in the first half and kick a brilliant goal. Not much of him, but he's a very quick, nippy wingman.
Yes, it was a beautiful piece of work. He just decided he wanted to go a little bit quicker, and when he asked for pace, his body's certainly able to produce it. Brilliant player.
Here's Noonan, slips the hand pass to Gerke, just starting to get a few kicks, becoming influential in the second half. Good mark, Parker. Excellent mark.
A bit of talent, Parker. Bodied himself beautifully. Rhyme is just being nudged out. That is a great grab, very tight angle.
Former Carlton player, and kicked 6-4 against Norwood.
He's about to have a shot if he could get back to that.
Here he is. We're just giving the folks some information. Here's Parker round the corner. And what's he done with it? Well, he's done nothing with it at all, really, has he?
It was a terrible piece of work, wasn't it?
He had the right idea.
Oh,
Just kick it round the body. Percentage kick, as I always say. Just didn't quite kick it correctly.
Had to happen because there, of course, was the big build-up. Anyway, here's Wakeland now in trouble, but slips the hand pass over to Ingerson. And he ran. Now, that time he did run into the point post, and he just doesn't look all that well. He missed it. He missed it moments ago, Michael, didn't he? But this time he didn't miss it. Look at that, head first, like World Championship Wrestling. I hope he's all right. Yes, he is, thank heavens.
And stay with us. Later we'll go to the game at the last closing minutes at Adelaide Oval as well. And we'll have some discussions about the blood rule and other things. The Crows' performance in Melbourne today. And also about Modra. Might be finished for the year.
Might be.
Although the late mail there, Neville, is it's his ankle. Oh, well, and also maybe his knee. So it's a bit vague, but let's hope he's okay.
Big catch, almost. Parker couldn't take it. Beautifully done, Gurkey. A chance for Franco. He turns it around the body. And boy, do the Roosters need that. That's their 7th. Franco's first.
Beautiful goal. Josh Franco coming off the bench for the Roosters. Over the back, you really want to get those punched forward if you're a Bulldog defence. And Franco on the left footer just brings it back beautifully.
Tell you what, Gurkey's done all right, hasn't he, in the last 10 minutes?
He's had quite a few touches this quarter, and now it's a Raider that's going to have to tighten up.
19 points the margin. Just a bit of urgency now back in this game.
Well, I'll get the pressure back on the Dogs, and they might start getting some breaks.
Yes, it could be a very enthralling second half, particularly a last quarter. Here's Atkinson, who did so well against Glenelg. Now Bamford down ground into the right forward pocket. And there'll be a throw in. There's Gurkey again.
You're pretty keen to see him do well today then.
Well, I am, because, I mean, he really struggled in the first half and we made the point. I mean, it's easy to sit up here and criticise. 24.5 minutes gone. Here's Parker. Needs an option. Gets one. Mancini. Does he need another option? Yes, he does. He's got one. It's Atkinson. It's another goal. They're right back in this, North Adelaide. First goal to Atkinson.
Wasn't it a great goal? Sit down. Just take it easy.
Third goal to Atkinson. Who put their one finger up? Who was that?
This is Mancini. Not a bad effort. The run is good and the work is good now. He had choices. He could have handballed over the top. And that's a good look. The goal umpires with the glasses now. Nice action there too as Brodie Atkinson steers through his 3rd goal. Great effort.
Umpires having a bit of a chat there. Don't know what that's all about.
Why would you know?
A couple of drinks after the footy, isn't it?
You're psychic or something.
I think there might be something happening in the state of play. There's the bounce. Beautiful tackle by Mancini. He's a live wire, doesn't mind it a bit rough. Tim Cook dragged himself up off the ground. The Bulldogs, they want to get back into this. There's the bounce. Need Potter. Girdham off the ground. That's who they're missing at the moment. Franco. Atkinson. Handballs to himself. Shuick grabs him. Atkinson back on the ball. Running around in circles. He's going to pick off. Mancini.
Clever.
Takes as easy as you like. 25 metres out, almost directly in front.
He's resurrecting them all by himself, Atkinson. He did it against the Tigers.
Well, he did. Mancini's had a hand in it as well with the doctor.
Yes, it's magnificent work. And that kick, it just got into position, Mancini, and just waited for number 11 to steer it to him.
Fair head of hair.
Brett Mancini.
Pretty keen on that head.
Roosters would like this at the 27-minute mark. Easy as you like. He's kicked number 1.
Number 1's kick 1. And let's watch how he did it. Franco was the player that made the play. Clever. Knew where the player was, Atkinson. Ran into it now. Had nowhere to go. Look at the eyes go. Like, beautiful vision. Beautiful kick. And Mancini didn't let him down. We've got a ball game on our hands, Ashi.
7 points in it, Neville. It's a thriller here.
73 to 66. 27 minutes gone, 3rd quarter. Who would have thought this about 15 minutes ago? Here we go, once again in the centre. Can Central District get a couple of quick goals late in this term? Good kick up toward Lures territory. It came from McGowan. Back he goes. Oh, under enormous pressure as Cotton. Look at Mancini go in. Chance now for number 17, Collins for North Adelaide. He's attacked left, right and centre. And there'll be a ball up pretty well smack bang in the middle of footy park.
Interesting to note that Ingerson going out of the ruck for a while. North started to get on top. Ingerson has been getting his hands on a lot of the ball.
Margin just 7 points. North Adelaide now into attack again up towards centre half forward. Gee, another goal now. Wouldn't it make it interesting? A wonderful last quarter coming up anyway. Squire over the top of the pack.
The arm work is beautiful. You should be in direction, filmmaking. But you're right. The game now, the pressure's really got back onto the Dogs. They've got to do something, and it's a ball game at last.
Atkinson, again, can't glove it. Stevens dropped out of it for a while. He's picked off Cotter. Bad bounce, now he's back onto it. North backline harassing beautifully. Sanford caught, too high, says the umpire. Potter not happy.
He's furious.
See this again, let's have a look at it. And,
beautiful tackle.
Yeah, he just ran into him, not too high. And no, in these circumstances, the umpires have got to let that go.
Sanford. Bunch of players here. Ingerson, I should say. Beautiful punch. Mancini in there. Stevens. Tim Cook. Back to Ingerson.
Pace.
One bounce. Cotter. Picks off Coffey over his head. Straight to Saunders. That's happened 3 or 4 times. And Saunders will chip across the ground at Perkins.
And it's good play. They've switched the play. They've got a chance now. They've got to run it, though. That's the advantage of switching the play. This is Viney. 2 bounces. And he doesn't muff it. I thought he might have. Piker gets it on to Rosenboom. Big one in. They need a big catch. Up they go. McCarthy can't. At the back is Bennett. Beautifully done, Arnold. Goes towards the boundary line. Predictably, Parker. Atkinson again. Would you guess it? Player in trouble in the middle of the ground. I think it's a North Adelaide player. Well, there's a brawl in the middle. In fact, there was. This is Atkinson again. He's been in absolutely everything. Mancini!
Out of bounds on the floor.
What a waste.
Mark Aston.
Have a look at that. What a catch.
What are you on? Fair income.
He was out by about 3 metres. So the Dogs will have the free kick. And Timmy Noonan back on the ground. And North Adelaide making an interchange again, I think, for the blood rule.
Pyman coming on now for Central District, so a couple of changes by the respective coaches. And we've got a ball game on our hands now. It's 11-7 to 9-12, 66 to 73, Central District lead. And Peter Green, no, it's Cook. Left footer up toward the wing. Sanford down there. No, it was McCarthy, in fact. Here's a chance for Atkinson. Atkinson, chip pass inside 50. It was smothered off the boot. Schwert, and there'll be a throw-in on the far side of the ground. Exciting stuff here, Michael. 30,
good second half.
Almost 31 minutes gone.
Great second half for the Roosters. The Dogs will just want to go in as it is. The Roosters doing all the attacking Gerke. Lucky kick to Noonan, to Bennett. Perkins off the half, back on to Viney. Can't grab it. Backed up beautifully by Perkins. Noonan in a lot of trouble. Green in there, and there'll be a ball up. So exciting stuff here, and that's the 3/4 time siren, where the Bulldogs 11-7, 73 lead the Roosters 9-12, 66, a margin of 7 points.
It should be an exciting 30 minutes of footy. 11-7, 9-12. Central District lead, but they're under all sorts of siege here as Piker gets the first kick up toward right half forward. Here's a chance for Mancini. Mancini inside 50. Kick it, you can, son. You're 45 metres out and you've missed. Big build-up by Mancini, number 1, Brett Mancini. but offline to the left-hand side. Gee, that would have been handy, wouldn't it? 11-7. Central District, North are 9-13. Wakeland about to put the ball back into play. Neville Roberts has joined us again. Michael Ace just doing his hair in the background. There's a chance now for Squire. Keeps it in play cleverly. Over to Piker, but is pack tackled. Dealt a poor hand there, one got the feeling. A chance now for McGowan from half-back up toward the wing. Good kick to Ingerson. So they can turn this around spectacularly here, Central District. Good mark out there, taken by Ben Burgess, playing his first game, incidentally, this year. Played 3 last year. Chance for Viney at the back. Good tackle on Cotter there. Gee, North Adelaide are working harder. Phillips, Collins, and Collins now rushes down the wing. Sends play down toward right half forward. No mark at the back by Gerke. Bennett cleverly done to Atkinson. A chance now for Gerke again, who has lifted his game, there's no doubt about it. Arnold out wide, and now McGowan to clear the zone, Michael Ace.
McGowan had a good game and picks off Simon Lewis. Lewis got Ingerson here in the centre, picks off Schwert. Now, will he play on? Yes, he will. Ingerson will come in for the Shepherd. Going wide. Well done by Cotter. Green in number 12, came off with a blood rube. Stevens on the 50. Can't quite pick off. He's got 2 players. Coffey around the body. I don't know if that was his best option. And a minor score.
Gee, there was a beautiful opportunity there to score, and one that the Dogs might rue at the end of the game. Unable to find a player, Stevens, with that leg, and he had Coffey. I think he had Cotter in one pocket.
All by themselves.
To right, Saunders short. Inside the zone, he's got Jay Viney. So 7 points, the Dogs, and they've had as much as a 21-point lead. 26 is the largest, 28 is the largest margin. Thanks, Mark Aston. Perkins and Noonan. Sanford again. One of the best for the Roosters. Been pretty good off of half-back. Gerke. His third quarter was his best. Let's hope he goes on with it. He's had a big day against Harada. One might have thought that was too big a contract. Big jump. McCarthy backwards. Squire dangerous. An opportunity. Mancini. Make a hero of yourself. Bamford around the corner. Super kick. He's at the post.
I don't think he has.
Goal. Bamford. Beautiful piece of work. Saw the post, Rob. I thought he might have missed it. And 1 point separates them.
Scott Bamford, beautifully crumbed by McCarthy. Squire falls over, but manages to get it to Mancini. And number 3 for Scott Bamford. So North Adelaide right in this.
There's a player rocking the post there. Well, what a valuable goal that is. They've won their last 6, North Adelaide. Can they win 7 on the trot? Central District have won 7 for the year, lost 2 and drawn 1. North lost their first 4. They're on the march again now. Franco gets the hand pass, moving to Atkinson. Back it goes to Franco. Short pass well inside 50. Parker forced out of the way. Reimer's now defending stoutly from the back pocket. He pushes it up toward half-back. All North Adelaide though. Piker's got it. Fine mark. Forcing this back into attack. There's a good mark taken by Piker. Here he goes, kicks into the forward pocket, big pack into the air, but no mark taken. Chance now for Atkinson. Gee, looks good when he's in on song, doesn't he? That's a good kick and a good mark to Rosenboom.
You'd have to think about closing him down at the moment, Atkinson, wouldn't you? He's just destroying the Dogs at the moment.
Good kick by Rosenboom, and they're about to get there. Noses in front. One gets the feeling.
Free kick for Shepherd on Mancini. I don't know about that. The ball was probably within 3 metres. Have a look at this. There's Mancini coming from the side, running straight at Wakeland. That is disgraceful.
Okay, well, I was about to say
nothing in that.
North Adelaide was about to hit the front, but nothing doing after that little indiscretion. Peter Bennett a bit disappointed too. So all of a sudden, a couple of mistakes by North Adelaide, and Neville, Central about to move the ball away from that half-back area.
Yes, the Roosters, they won't be put off by that. They are the running side at the moment, and they have got the momentum. Atkinson, Noonan, Franco, Squire, those little guys, the Dogs are going to have to pick them up and try and shut Atkinson down, because he is he's absolutely alive at the moment, giving them every opportunity. Okay, from centre wing, in they go again. That was Piker. At the back was Gerke, still there. This way, that, inside, and good to Noonan. So the small men doing plenty of work. They need to open it up. They want it in long. Bennett does at least. A lead would be a little bit better, and a bit of open space. No one will take this unless they're a Superman. Wakeland at the back in busy traffic. Loose ball, Stevens and Noonan, one-on-one. Stevens sees Phillips and thinks the boundary line might be the best help he can find.
Stevens been lively for the Bulldogs. Potter's been good. Girdham off the ground. I don't know what his problem is, but always sensational for the Bulldogs. Piker around the body. Roosters doing all the attack, and Mancini, beautifully done. He'll get the handball across. Running into goal is Gerke. And just to the left, so North Adelaide, plenty of opportunities at the 6-minute mark of this final quarter. And coach Daryl Hart will be very, very happy with the way they've opened this final term.
Well, unless the Dogs really pick themselves up, they'll lose this game by plenty. They're getting run down quickly by North Adelaide at the moment. And it's just work and effort that's required. This is McGowan. Don't move the ball that quickly when they're coming down that far corridor. Just happy to punch it from player to player. Loose ball. And the crumb is all too high on Parker. No. And a ball up. So tied away, 74 apiece. And at Adelaide Oval, there appears to be only about 12 points in it. West Adelaide leading there. This is Franco around the corner. Healy, Atkinson again, Shepherds. Chance for Franco, goes backwards, Parker. In he goes. They want to catch the Roosters, can't get it, Mancini, quick hands. Around the body was Squire. Atkinson, everywhere, like pepper and salt.
Brodie Atkinson. Let's have a look at this. He's picked that up beautifully, running into the goal square. Wakeland not getting back. He won't have any problems here.
Atkinson has 3, and he has been the star of the revival, as he so often is. So they go 6 points clear, the Roosters, and they are steaming along. Atkinson with his 4th.
Atkinson, Noonan, Squire, all been very good in the second half. Pike has also been good. Have a look at this. Reimers with his head down, had a chance to grab it, and Squire just puts it straight to the head of the square. Atkinson reads it beautifully.
So North in front by 6 points. Atkinson kicking 4-1 against Glenelg when he ripped them apart in the last quarter at Prospect about 3 weeks ago. 11-14, 11-8. 80 plays 74. Ball back in the centre. Chance now for McGowan. Hand pass to the voice of Healy, and Healy's got it. Not for long though. Scrambles the ball down ground, but Sanford able to just fill the gap. He's been a good find for them from Collingwood. And now he switches play, and he does it brilliantly too. Out comes Rosenboom, takes a fine mark. Big Rosenboom getting on with it to Collins, a hospital hand pass. Collins clever enough to get the hand pass back to Rosenboom. A high kick, an awkward one. It travels about 25 metres. Here's Gerke again, number 6.
Yes, the handball to Williams was on early and not late, and trying to make something of nothing. North by 6 points at Footy Park.
Great game of football. We hope you're enjoying it on ABC Sport, live right around the state, Northern Territory and parts of Southeast Asia. Here's Noonan, got it from Bennett, squares the footy, looking for Bamford, can't control it. There's Franco in there as well, and I'm dying for, I've mentioned it already, I'm dying for Scotty Bamford to get that footy, Michael, and accelerate away like he did.
Does excite you a bit, doesn't it, Mark?
It does, it does. He's a wonderful little wingman.
There's the bounce. Roosters in their attacking zone. Gerke has come alive in this second half on the left. Over the top, beautifully punched by Pyman, but Squire, his recovery is great. Atkinson again, can't glove that. Good hands to throw. Or too high.
Yeah, one of the two.
Too high, Peter Green. Or no, it's not. She's a throw. So that'll go to Tim Noonan. So the Roosters doing all the attacking. Noonan. Long kick on the lead. Up is Arnold again. Reimers can't get that kick away. They'll hold it in. Sanford, Parker it was, and Bennett. So the Roosters with the momentum at the 10-minute mark of the final term, lead by 6 points. Parker, easy as you like, out of ruck, giving Piker the run of it. Round the body. Can't contest. Oh, man, Mancini beautifully crumb. Second goal. And really just taking the momentum right away from the Bulldogs. They lead by 12 points. And that is an
excellent goal by Mancini. They're playing with a lot more passion, aren't they, North Adelaide? Here's Piker. It was a good kick around the body, giving the forward down there a bit of an opportunity. But in the end, Mancini slipping between his player and his opponent, or one of his opponents, and he gets his second. 12 points in it. And, well, what an extraordinary change over this footy match. 12-14 to 11-8.
In the centre of the ground goes Ingerson, trying to lift the Dogs. All of a sudden, they're in a lot of strife here at Football Park. There's no momentum, apart from the fact that they led for most of the day. They just have nothing to spark them at all. No run, not doing the work, and they're just not getting the possessions. So they were 7 odd points ahead at three-quarter time. They led by 21 points at half-time. They trailed by 7. North Adelaide had a 7-point lead at quarter time. Didn't kick a goal until the 20-minute mark of the second quarter. And now the margin is 12 points. Ingerson short is good. Stevens by himself. Wants to go on quickly, just puts it up high. Underneath it, Potter held and will get the free kick. Now we want to move it in quickly. He's got Cook and Coffey. Beautifully done, Sanford. And he would be rated very high, along with Atkinson, as one of the two best on the ground.
That is very good work by Sanford, dropping into the spot, and Coffey had no chance. Sanford back with the ball. Doing a great find. Bounces twice to the outer side. Gerke in there again, contesting everything. Cotton. Hereda. Now Healy. Can they do anything now, the Bulldogs? Lewis, he's dropped out of it. And Perkins, again, that half back line for the Roosters have been sensational. Just kicks it along the boundary line. So the Roosters at the moment snuffed out any real challenge that the Bulldogs have given in this final term. Still plenty of time. We're live at Football Park. Rosenboom. Oh, too easy. Lewis looking for the free kick. Bamford runs it over the boundary line. Out of bounds on the full. So that's a bit unfortunate for the youngster. And the kick will go to Healy.
Healy now from half forward, puts it in long. At the back is Rosenboom. He pays on with that left boot. He's got the runner in Williams, is it? It's Collins, I should say. Too high. Play on. So Collins gets it from Phillips and goes in towards half forward. They're everywhere at the moment. This is Bennett. They could just pick and choose the Roosters. Out on a lead. Parker couldn't take it. Reimers and Atkinson, a real star for the Roosters today. Beautifully done by Reimers, the big fella. Runs away from the pack as he's brought down late, and in the way is... That is Burgess, Ben Burgess. This is Franco, Phillips. So the defence is tight. Viney over the top. He's got Perkins. And the run back to Viney, they're out of strife.
Yes, Viney very wide to the far side. That's Gerke and also Hereda. Hasn't Gerke lifted his game? He went from one man to another there, and then Peter Bennett did likewise onto Hereda. And they've trapped the ball at right half forward. There's Cook on the ground, number 6.
The tenacity of North Adelaide is pretty admirable in this last half.
Well, I wonder, Neville, whether or not, if they can go on and win this, whether we're not seeing a team that could play in the grand final this year. You would expect Port Adelaide to be there, perhaps. Here's Stevens. I wonder if it is Port Adelaide, who they might be playing. Gee, I know it's a long way to go, but they've won their last 6, North Adelaide. They did beat Port Adelaide last week. And at the moment, they hold a handy break. Yes. 15 and a half minutes last quarter.
Well, they do. Lost their first 4 and then win 6. It's a polar end of both spectrums, isn't it? I mean, just to start so badly and then to run yourself into form and be challenging the best 2 teams in the competition. Port last week, Central this week.
Am I drawing a long bow, though, Neville, about North perhaps being in the grand final?
Well, I mean, the measure is the teams that are on top of the ladder. And last week, Port, this week, Central. They win this one. You've got to say that they've got to be a chance. We'd like to see that again.
Yes, but I just get the feeling that that was a fraction high there against Potter. Just trying to pick up the play. Oh, there he is. Piker, he's still alive. Skirts the boundary, far side. Good mark taken by Ingerson. Should he be in the Crows, Michael?
I don't think he's a consistent Crows or AFL player at this minute, but he certainly gives 100%. His kicking obviously lets him down. Oh, there's a soft free kick to Coffey. How often do you see that? I just don't understand how you can put it over the umpires like that consistently.
Oh, it's a snack. This is Coffey.
Well, Coffey, he's going to kick from about 55 metres. The distance shouldn't worry him. He's kicked 3. It has worried him. Not a good kick at all. Rosenboom. He's done well for the Roosters. Kicks along the ground. Stevens will be first to that. Oh, and the Roosters at him. Tim Cook. Straight to the centre forward position. Craig Potter. The Bulldogs need a goal. Have a look at this. Straight in the middle of Brenton Phillips' back. Craig Potter. So Brenton Phillips will relieve for the Roosters straight to Piker. And Piker's done exceptionally well today.
Yes, his last half, like a lot of the Roosters, has been a beauty. 74 plays, 86. We're 18 minutes into the final quarter here at Football Park. Round 12, and the Roosters, they look the number at the moment.
Well, I'd have to say if the Roosters get to the next goal, it's curtains for the Bulldogs.
Yes, it's 12 points. In ruck, Arnold couldn't take it. Bennett there as well. Piker, I should say. Noonan can't take it. Gerke hasn't he improved. Perkins slips one through. McCarthy, now Gerke again. Very casual, has a look, lifts the eyes and puts it, not too bad, out in front of Parker, and over the line he goes. Leaves the ball in though and allows Wakelin an opportunity to clear. He didn't do that very cleverly, really, did he? He actually gave it back, yes. A beautiful take on that occasion by Cotter.
Burgess.
Thanks for that, Aishi. In high, 50, up they go, no result. Saunders been terrific today on a player much taller than himself. It's been a good move by Hart. The bounce beats the lot of them. Opportunity there for Noonan. Loose ball, beautifully done by Cotton. And the Roosters, they'll be well measured there. I think they're attacked by number 29, Sanford, and you're looking at, along with Atkinson, one of the best men on the ground.
Glenn Sanford, another youngster, a very young side, the Roosters. They can stick together for a while, they'll be a very powerful unit. They'll worry a few more sides before the year's out. Piker. Franco. Off the bench. He's got his fair share of touches. Beautiful work by Gerke, Mark Hastings, mate.
Oh, I'm just pleased to see him.
He has done exceptionally well after half-time. Very quiet in the first half. Peter Bennett can't quite grab that. Keeps it in. And Pyman it is. Not quite over the boundary line. So Coach Alan Stewart will be very unhappy with the way the Bulldogs have really capitulated in this final term. They've plenty to play for.
They've only kicked 2 goals, Michael, since half-time.
Sword in there. Bennett, Arnold. Out of bounds again. So the Roosters will be happy with that. The Bulldogs need to score 3 goals, or 3 scoring shots. And what are we? We're at the 19-20 minute mark for this final term.
86 to 74, 20 minutes gone. Here's Squire, held in the tackle, did get the hand pass away. Pyman in trouble. They're really working hard here, but not for a great deal. Oh, look at this. Franco now inside 50. He's a right footer. He was 50 metres out. That is a pretty good kick, but it's just offline to the left-hand side. So another score to North Adelaide. 20 and a half minutes gone, and it's 12-15 to 11 goals 8.
As Michael H leaves the commentary position to go down to the boundary, we'll get interviews straight after the game.
Who will he be interviewing, Neville, in terms of the team I'm talking about?
Oh, I think North Adelaide, they've got far too much going at the moment. You'd have to back them with everything. Green doing his utmost to lift the Dogs. He's at half-back. He sends it in high towards the centre of the ground, and that's half their problem. They just don't move the ball along from player to player. North Adelaide link up beautifully with runners, small men and bigs. Oh, that's lovely work. Ingerson short, and a chance. A chance for the Dogs. Benny Burgess, number 16. Only a handful of games. He's only 19 years of age, and he'd love to put this one through. A kick from 40.
Only played 3 games last year, Neville. None this year in the league side.
Could get the Dogs back within 6 points. In he comes. The kick is just a little to the right and suffers the pressure. So the Dogs now 11-9-75. North at 12-15-87. Time running out, 21:30.
Saunders goes short, straight down the middle. Phillips, backward of half-back. Slips it to Saunders again. Oh, geez. Able to just get through those tackles easily. Bennett, Peter Bennett from left half-back. Mancini territory. Had 2 to beat, though, under a lot of pressure. Stevens. Rosenboom came at him. Stevens gets the kick away to Ingerson. On the wing. Bangs it down toward right half forward. Chance for Cotter. 65, 70 metres out. Centralises the footy. Wonder whether that was the best option. Looking for Schwerd. He might get it in the end. He does. Searching hand pass. Potter under a lot of pressure. Viney. Slippery customer. Mancini, who's been diligent and kicks up to the wing on this grandstand side to Peter Bennett. Peter Bennett, generally a good kick. That was a one-step kick, and it was terrific. It was straight across to Parker. Now the dangerous Atkinson. And Atkinson has it about, what's he, Neville, 35 metres out. But he chipped short to a loose man, can run into the open goal. This is Piker, and Piker has
Too loose.
A goal.
Too loose. Don't do enough work at the moment, the Dogs, and they're paying the price. Piker doing exactly what he likes. So too is Atkinson. He's kicked his first. And Mancini, he has, like Atkinson, been everywhere again. Squire, the small man, look at the touch. And that's at the other end. What Central cannot do. They just can't find a player within range. And clever. Look at this. How's the space? Open goal. First one. And I'd have to say from there, impossible job ahead of the Dogs.
Please stay with us, though, because as North Adelaide take a very handy break, 93-75, we're going to join the match at the Adelaide Oval between West Adelaide and South Adelaide. David Mackay and Stephen Trigg way over on the other side of the city, and that game still in progress, and according to what we hear, very exciting. Pack develops, attacking side of centre for North Adelaide.
It's really been those small men that have killed Central, isn't it? Mancini with 2 goals, Atkinson with 4, Bamford with 3, and you throw in that young Noonan I'm trying to think of.
Yep.
And the small men have absolutely carved the Dogs.
Peter Green inside the 50 to Coffey. As Neville said, Saunders has done a good job on Coffey. He's a lot shorter. Here's Green. Chips and misses to the left.
So another sortie out of favour. Squire, you could add to that list as well. They've just cut the Dogs to pieces, and they've controlled the footy, they've done the work, and they've kicked reasonably accurately. 21 shots, Central, and 28 shots. So that's 7 more shots. So obviously they'd have more opportunity, but North Adelaide been well and truly offline. 13-15, less than 50%. Tim Noonan, number 12. Not in any hurry, and why should he be? Puts it up towards centre wing. Rosenboom can't take it. Lures the crummer. Stevens inside. They build up now. Big kick in. Really to nobody. And he would be very disappointed with that kick, and so too would Alan Stewart. For an experienced player, it was very poor indeed. Franco's got the footy. and he really can please himself. North Adelaide players running off with no players running with them, just no defence. Lewis has Cook. Mancini doing lots of work, runs him down. Saunders in front. He's been terrific on coffee all day.
Yes, one of the best on the track out there at the moment. Saunders, time running out now, 17 points the margin. Here's Viney, new lease of life for that young man after coming from Sturt. Phillips, now Sanford from Collingwood. Have a look at him, the big man. Hasn't got a lot of pace, but he's able to transport the ball 25 metres, then slips out a looping hand pass. Now an opportunity for Noonan, squares the footy. At the back as McCarthy goes with the punch. Schwert in all sorts of trouble. Arnold there with something on the back of his head. Must have cut himself. Well done by Atkinson. If he's not kicking goals, he's getting the ball moving. Up they go, a big pack into the air after the kick from Noonan. McCarthy's there, so too Bennett. Here's a chance now for Squire. Oh, I think that was Squire, was it not? Yes. And he's banged it through for the sealer. 2 goals to the young man. They come from everywhere. It's 14-15, 11-6, and Neville. North Adelaide will go on and win 7 in a row.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. They only managed 3 goals in the first. They kicked 2 up to half-time to be 5. And since then, they've built it on 9-odd goals. And they've really kept the Dogs out of it completely. Squire, as I've said, Atkinson, Noonan, and the small men, including Mancini, have been just sensational. 11-10-76, a 23-point margin to North Adelaide, 14-15-99.
They actually beat them last time, Neville, in round 3. Central beat North, and then, of course, North went berserk and won their next 6.
Yes, they're in 4th place. It'll be interesting to see how the ladder is today. So the Dogs have only lost 2 in round 10 to Nord and round 5 to Port. Good catch.
Terrific, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's been a good player, Parker.
Outstanding mark by the former Carlton player. And he's going to shoot from about 55 metres. Getting a little dark here at Footy Park. It's quite nippy.
Kicked the point in the first.
Yes. I think he hit the bottom of the bottom of the goalpost from memory, Neville. Here he comes.
Yes, I can see him. There he is. To the front of the square. Big catch from behind, almost Wakeland. Atkinson's got it. He's doing a rugby scrum, holding the ball. Certainly nowhere to go with it. And Daryl Hart not entirely happy with that, but I don't think he'd be unhappy with the result today. They trailed by 21 points at half-time, 7 at three-quarter time, and now they've got a commanding lead. Franco punches it in too long, over Arnold's head. A chance, McCarthy, Atkinson, they'll raffle this one. Atkinson into the open goal, he has 4, and he wouldn't be happy with that, surely.
Well, that's put a blight on his day, really, hasn't it?
Oh, drag him. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth.
Stephen Schwert, who I do see at the uni gym occasionally, he's a hard worker. Up goes Healy, couldn't take it. Here goes Bamford, have a look at him. No, he was running the wrong way, so we weren't going to get a real good look at him. Perkins, short pass, but doesn't come off because Schwert stands in the way. He's one of the fittest players in the local competition, Schwert. And I would think, some people think he was a bit unlucky to have been dropped. Good mark there by Green. A little bit unlucky to have been dropped off the Crows list. I know he was bitterly disappointed. Here's Green now from half-back into the middle. Sanford got a hand to it. Timmy Perkins, who's an evergreen player. He was also on the Crows list a couple of years ago. Collins, who is on the list, is running through the wing, then punches it up toward left half. Ingerson should wrap this up. There he goes. And just snaffles it. Not a lot of pressure. The bite's gone out of the game, Neville.
Yeah, well and truly. 2 goals since half-time, the Dogs. And that's the story. 9 to North Adelaide. Jump from behind by Phillips. Collins with pace. We talked about pace earlier. We talked about Bamford, and on different occasions today, just to watch him run, carry the footy, he just decides when he wants to go a little bit faster, and it's quite spectacular. From a distance, you can see him just accelerate, take control, and disappear into the distance, a bit like the old road runner. So that's it here at Footy Park. 11-10-76, the Dogs. North Adelaide, a beautiful comeback, 14-15-99. The margin, 23 points. And you've got to say, after a slow start, North Adelaide just really rallied. Their small men, as I talked about, Atkinson and Mancini, Noonan. They were just absolutely fantastic. You can add Squire and Bamford to that. Phillips was steady. Clint Sanford in defence, just simply magnificent. Gurkey quiet in the first half, a gamble at centre half forward. It worked in the last half. And of course Saunders on Coffey. Coffey only kicked one in the first, a couple in the second, and that worked too, Mark.
Yes, it did. That's 7 in a row, by the way, Neville. It all started in round 5 against West, and then Sturt, Norwood, Glenelg, the Eagles, Port on Friday night, and of course today an outstanding performance by North Adelaide after they looked out and with their heads between their legs, I guess, halfway through that second quarter. Here's Michael Aish now on the boundary line talking to a very happy player.
Thanks very much, Mark. And with me, triumphant skipper Tim Perkins. And Tim, early in the season, lost 4, now 7 on the trot. You must be sitting a little bit more comfortably.
Yeah, it certainly makes a difference. I suppose losing 4 still makes it hard because I think, well, before today we were still only in 4th position after winning 6 in a row, but when we've just stuck at the team things, the run, being inside, and it's paying off. Everybody's on the same track, so to speak.
We've taken on the big guns of late, and in particular, Hardy's given the responsibility of Rosenboom in ruck, and really he's taken on more fancied opponents and hasn't had his colours lowered too many times.
No, well, I suppose the thing with Boomer is that he hasn't rucked before. We had him playing full